Hey everyone, it's Derek Correa here at Members for Members. We're going to be discussing the general membership meeting that just took place last Thursday, July 16th. It was a Zoom call. Um, as you all know, I think our last physical meeting was in February, so we're going to go over that. We're going to backtrack to what transpired in February. So our local decided to give their business agents a 2.25% raise, which went in effect in March. So the local spent $8,798 on the printing of their COVID newsletter they sent out to all the members. So for those of you who don't recall, that's what it looked like, right? It's almost not. Yeah, $9,000. Amazing. So, three things I want you to notice about this newsletter, okay? It actually had the local's correct phone number, unlike during the campaign when you guys were asking for your ballots, it had the incorrect one. Okay, number two, this flyer actually got delivered to every member, unlike the election when no one was getting their ballots, right? Number three, this flyer actually details how President Phil Farias, his job, his duties, right? $9,000 on this. His duties, Phil Farias, there he is. He watches movies. That's what he does, okay? Just so you know. This is a disgrace and a waste of $9,000. Thank you for enlightening us that he watches movies. We know he does nothing. It's quite obvious. Okay, now we're going to move on to how Local 542 just announced that they are canceling picnics this year because of the cost, not because of safety. They claim that their extra cost for communication equipment has made it impossible to have these picnics. Now, if you recall during the campaign, we told members the excessive spending on these picnics, okay? It was ridiculous, had to be halted. Now, they told members we just didn't want picnics, right? Members rebelled. What do you mean you don't want picnics? No, we never said that. Never said that. But here they are canceling picnics now, right? Strange. So we're going to move on to how the local now is claiming that their office in El Centro has been closed for a couple months now. So if you want to reach anyone, just give them a call, but you can't go in their office, okay? Right? Paying dues, but you can't access their office. The local has spent $51,000 on masks, yet the majority of the members have not received the mask. I know I haven't. I work at UPS. In my case, actually, UPS supplied us masks 2 months before we were even told that the union or our local was going to order any. That's how sad that is. So we're going to move over to Costco. So Costco has a sick call policy voting. The ballots are sent in the mail. And one of the members from Costco, Javier Sanchez, he asked, when are those ballots going to be counted? I mean, it's been months. And they told him, well, they think July 27th, right? They think. So, which moves me on to Costco's hazard pay, right? They're supposed to get a hazard pay, but they haven't received it. So the members are getting a little worried. They're wondering what happened to our hazard pay. So same member asked Phil Farias, where's our hazard pay? It's supposed to be a lump sum, I hear. And Phil's response was, I have no idea. Thanks for asking. So we're going to move over to El Centro again, okay? A lot going on in El Centro. El Centro Hospital just voted against our local's latest proposal, trying to unionize the tech group, trying to get them a contract. Those negotiations have stalled. And again, no surprise. So, which again, now it's going to move me on to the big issue in El Centro, okay? Republic Services is sanitation. We have numerous Republic Sanitation accounts under Local 542. This one in El Centro, their contract came up here earlier in the year. And when we were campaigning, we told them they were going to have issues. And the reason why we told them that is because they told us there was absolutely no communication between them and our local at all. Nothing about proposals, nothing being offered, absolutely nothing. So what happened, I guess, was they had decertified. Even though Phil Farias is saying they didn't decertify, they just, they made up their own negotiations with the company and made up their own deal, and they got their own contract. Yeah, Phil, that's decertifying. That means they're no longer under Local 542 because your poor negotiation skills and business agent Mike Morales and Jamie Vasquez, you guys just lost a huge account. You just lost Teamsters. They're now ex-Teamsters, and they're very upset. They want to be Teamsters. I've spoken to numerous amount of these members, and they're really, really upset with you guys. So just so you know that. At the end of the meeting, okay, this general membership meeting, this shop steward, Robert Moreno, who's a UPS feeder driver, asked President Phil Farias, what are we going to do about the UPS shop steward Eric Robinson in Chula Vista for giving a UPS driver bad advice, thus causing him to be terminated last week, okay? I want you to think about that for a second. Why would Rob even know the name of the person terminated? Why would it be even a discussion, okay? But we're going to go over and talk about who Eric Robinson is so you guys understand who he is, okay? You may recognize him on YouTube. He has numerous videos. He's constantly doing our locals' job for them by educating members about their contractual rights. Eric Robinson is a 20-year package car driver from UPS Chula Vista. He's actually been a shop steward for 16 years. He's married. He has 4 kids. He fosters additional kids. He's a pastor in his church. He does a ton of work in his community, as well as for the members here at Local 542. He does all these videos to educate you guys. That's on his own time. And as you all know, we're working 60-hour weeks. So he's been doing this for quite a while now, okay? So for all he does, I want to tell you what happens to him, okay? He was discriminated against and harassed by a fellow shop steward in Chula Vista UPS. This particular shop steward used racial slurs when referencing Eric at the workplace. Eric complained to our Local 542, Paul Sampson, Phil Farias, Jamie Vasquez, all of them, okay? He said this was an issue. They didn't care. So what did he do? He had to file a charge with the EEOC. EEOC came in, and then a local had to care. So they removed that employee from that building and stripped him of his shop steward title, okay? Which is what Eric asked for originally, but they didn't care. Now I'm going to tell you why they don't care, especially in Phil's case. Months later, Eric expressed his displeasure with Phil Farias' racially offensive pictures and comments on his Facebook page. We're well aware of this. Showed you this before. This is what he posted. He thinks it's great. This is what a black chicken fucker looks like, right? Eric was at the general membership meeting and expressed his displeasure with this, and Phil told him it doesn't matter. It's his Facebook page. He's not going to remove it. So, sorry. So, at the Members for Members post-election hearing with our local Joint Council 42, Eric was one of our witnesses. Testifying about members coming to him after the election, how they didn't receive ballots, the wrong phone number was put on these flyers and whatnot. And our local and joint council said, yeah, well, you were a part of their slate, so your testimony is irrelevant. No, he wasn't part of the slate. We've gone over this already, okay? I'm just showing you guys how this guy is being attacked over and over and why he's being attacked. Our local was celebrating the fact that they've won over $15,000 in grievances at the UPS facility in Chula Vista. Eric Robinson processed the majority of those. He's a shop steward there. Yet now they claim that he's a detriment to members. He's a hero one day, he's a detriment the other days. It's interesting. So just so you know, some of the members who have been discharged have requested that Eric be present at the panel hearings because they have little faith in Paul Sampson, which is no big surprise. Paul Sampson's inability to even communicate with people is a problem, let alone get somebody their job back. So last week, Eric was called in to be a witness at a panel hearing, okay, for a fellow coworker who had been discharged. Eric was not present as a shop steward the day he was discharged, okay? He went in as a witness. The shop steward who was present during the discharge did not show up to the panel hearing. This is a huge problem. That is your main witness. Paul Sampson did not have him there. I wonder why. Paul Sampson has a long history with this member who was terminated. Therefore, he didn't care to get him his job back, okay? So now we're going to save face. That's what they're doing. And he's going to claim that it was Eric Robinson that made him get fired. No, Paul, you're the business agent. It was your job to get him his job back, but you didn't want to. If you did, you would have had the main witness present at the panel hearing. And to make matters worse, has now decided not to pay Eric for being present as a witness. As a shop steward, you have to be paid as a witness. When I filed a labor charge against Paul Sampson, we went to federal court. They paid their witness that they fabricated an entire day's work. They paid him everything. So this brings me back to shop steward Robert Moreno's comments at the general membership meeting last week when he referred to Eric Robinson. Robert Moreno's comments are a violation of our bylaws, actually, in Article 24, Section C. Okay? Article 24 is rules of order. That's during a general membership meeting. Okay? I'm going to read it to you. Every member, while speaking, shall adhere to the question under debate and avoid all personality and indecorous language, as well as any reflection on the union or any member thereof. Very important. So Robert is either guilty of violating members' rights or guilty of not knowing the bylaws, which would be just another illustration of his incompetence. Either way, Robert Moreno should be removed as a shop steward immediately. Eric Robinson was then attacked once again on social media by someone from the local executive board, one of their BAs, or one of their shop stewards on YouTube, okay? They post this, then they remove it. They removed it within 24 hours. It says, heard you had your horrible advice and lack of knowledge about the contract cost Jose Reyes his job. You should be ashamed to call yourself a shop steward, and you should stick to being a lazy piece of shit driver. That lazy piece of shit driver has been driving for 20 years. I don't know anyone on that executive board that's been driving. Hell, none of them are even full time. So here's my thing with this. If you feel so strongly about an issue and you post on social media, why take it down within 24 hours? Our local is obviously gloating about the fact that one of our members was terminated. This is disturbing. This is the big problem. And with all the social injustices that we are seeing in our country today, it's quite obvious that Eric Robinson, who is African American, has been targeted. He's been discriminated against over and over by our local 542. Shame on you, local 542. Shame on you. Thanks for joining us, guys. Thanks.